Welcome back, all you lovely individuals, to League Unlock. Eric and Mark with you guys, and we are 8 games into the LCS season, just before the halfway mark, but we're going to still look at mid-season MVPs, guys who have had standout performances, who are going to be the front runners for that award here in the 2019 spring split. And when you get to a 7-1 start, it's probably going to be someone on Team Liquid. I mean, you look at the past few splits, whoever finishes first is usually getting an MVP.
You got to be doing something to get to first place, and carrying the weight for Team Liquid to get to first place absolutely is that bottom lane for them. Doublelift and CoreJJ, and I say bottom lane, Doublelift and CoreJJ, because it really has been kind of a coin flip between who you're going to say deserves more credit for the success of Team Liquid, the success of that bottom lane and how they're getting their leads there, because the two of them have been absolutely almost perfect to start out this year, and I can't imagine a better return to North America for CoreJJ than the performances he's put up so far.
Yeah, and usually when we've seen a lot of Koreans that have had some high highs in Korea come to NA and not exactly live up to the hype. Someone like Someday has completely destroyed that and, you know, played at MVP levels during his time. But CoreJJ right away has almost taken no time to synergize with this squad. They're clearly looking like the best bottom lane in NA. And yeah, one of these guys right now is the front runner for MVP. I don't know how you pick between them. Usually an AD carry is going to get, you know, the nod ahead of a support, but we did see Afro get it in 2018 spring.
Never know who's going to get the nod this time, but when you do look here at Team Liquid at 7-1 with this bottom lane as the main carries there, you look, okay, well, what happened in that one loss? Well, you can't really blame the bottom lane for that one there, because Doublelift gets to his 6 items on Sivir, but just not able to impact any fights given whatever thing's going on. And then even in that game, you're watching it, and CoreJJ was making a lot of proactive plays and a lot of the good engages that Team Liquid had to have at that point to even have a chance in that matchup was from that bottom lane getting things done. In every matchup you've been watching for Team Liquid so far, Doublelift and CoreJJ have absolutely not been manhandled by anyone else. They're the ones doing that manhandling. They're the ones doing all the damage. They have to be your front runners for an MVP.
And some of the other guys on Liquid, I think Impact has actually had a pretty fantastic start for them. Jensen has been rock solid in that mid lane, but as you kind of expect with any roster that has Doublelift on it, they haven't been the main carries yet. It's really been the bottom lane that they've been playing through. And if Liquid keeps playing at the level that we've seen so far, someone from them is going to be grabbing that MVP. But there are a couple of dark horses or sleeper guys that, you know, maybe have a less chance to get it. But we've still seen some second or third place teams rack up that MVP award. Right now, Cloud9 is sitting in second place, and fresh off his Rookie of the Split, not so fresh off anymore. It's been a while since Licorice won that award, but he had a great performance at Worlds. He had a slow start maybe the first 1 or 2 weeks, but ever since then, he's probably looked like the best top laner in NA.
You're right, it was a slow start for Licorice with Cloud9. You thought, okay, he's come from Worlds. We saw some really strong performances from Licorice. We saw maybe not the best of semi-final performances from Licorice.
Yeah, that was bad. No more Victor.
Right, but you thought to yourself here, okay, this guy should have come back to North America with a lot of experience, and he was already good here. We want to see him take that next level. You didn't see it the first 2 weeks. You've seen it since then. Absolutely, you've seen it since then. He has stepped up his performance. It has been a major factor for Cloud9 and any of the advantages they're able to pick up in their matches. He is a large part of what they're doing right. Licorice is absolutely an MVP contender.
And some of the bad performances he's had so far this split, they've been on Victor. So no more Victor. Just get him out.
No, and not even for Licorice. This is an everybody thing.
Everybody.
Victor
Stop.
is so 2000 and late. Leave it behind.
2000 and late. Is that a Black Eyed Peas show?
I don't even know anymore.
Great song, Black Eyed Peas. They're huge fans of the show. But Licorice, he hasn't played that many different champions. He's played a lot of Urgot, and that's because every single top laner on the planet has played a lot of Urgot here in 2019. But we've seen him getting solo kills in pretty much every matchup you can imagine with that champion. The nerfs will be coming in for 9.4, but Licorice looking great in the top lane. And one guy who's flown under the radar for almost a full year now is Santorin on FlyQuest. I know people like to still meme that he's not a good jungler. Remember on H2K how bad he looked? This is not H2K Santorin. Whenever he's in North America, he looks great. Even on TSM, he was great. And the last summer split, he was an all-pro jungler. And here in 2019 spring, you could argue that he's been the best jungler in North America.
Hey, even in his time with H2K, I thought he got a little bit too much of that blame for being not proactive enough, was not exactly fair to put on him, didn't get the fair shake there. Comes over to North America again, gets in with FlyQuest. No one's got expectations for what Santorin or FlyQuest as an organization is going to do. You looked at what Santorin was able to accomplish last year. Heading into this year, Santorin's numbers across the board in almost every major category is top 3 for all the junglers here in North America last year. And then this year, he is again near the top of almost every important stat. And his in-game performance, the difference making that he's been able to have to help the members of FlyQuest get the advantages that they need to then perform, has been something masterful for him. And I really have thought that this is a nice comeback story for someone to come to North America and really put on probably the best performance of their career to date.
Yeah, the Camille, the Lee Sin, the Kha'Zix, he's picking all these aggressive early game junglers. He's got the highest first blood rate among all junglers. The early game runs through him, and FlyQuest has a pretty darn good early game because of it. And I'm excited for this FlyQuest roster, and right now one of the driving forces is Santorin, so he should be getting some shoutouts.
Hey, and I gotta say, it seems weird to say another dark horse candidate could be the likes of Bjergsen on TSM, but they're slowly starting to climb up the list, and Bjergsen's putting up good performances. You always know that he's gonna be in the MVP discussion.
Just one win against Liquid, and Bjergsen gets an MVP nod. We'll see, we still got 10 games left to play in the LCS.